This is gonna be funny because I actually have a story that's fairly similar myself of when I broke into someone's house for for weed money. Look, I didn't break into their house for weed money. I just said that because clip. I more accurately broke into their house for weed. Let me break it down, chat. About a while ago, I got really hooked on weed. And I mean, like, fuck, that was my only escape. I didn't give a fuck. I was gonna smoke weed. I used to have this little box where I used to keep all my weed. Dude, I remember how bad that fucking addiction was, where I would just, like, look for crumbs of weed and put it in a pipe. So, I happened to run out of crumbs to put in my pipe. And at this point, there was this one girl who was equally as high as me. She was talking in my ear, and she was like, "Hey, we should go get more weed." And I'm like, "Dude, we can't get more weed. I don't got more weed." And then she's like, "Well, I know how you can get weed." I'm like, "Shit, what are we gonna do? Well, how are we gonna get more weed?" She looks at me, she's like, "How about we break into the Hat's house?" We're gonna call him the Hat. "How about we break into Hat's house?" Why are we gonna break into Hat's house? Hat always has weed. Hat brings us weed. Why don't we just wait for a Hat to get out so he can give us weed? Dude, we don't know when he's gonna wake up. We don't know when he's gonna be done with this stuff. I can't tell you what's going on during this because, look, man, if I'm telling you that I broke into someone's house for weed, it's not exactly like a fucking. We're not exactly in good circumstances. Thank God this was over like fucking years ago, you know? Thank God this was years ago, so we're chilling for now. I'm hoping on the statute of limitations. We didn't even steal anything either. Okay, let me continue. Why don't we just wait for fucking Hat to get out and, you know, get us weed? And she's like, "Nah, here, how about this? What if we sneak into his house?" Okay, this is already a bad idea. What if we sneak into his house and just see where his weed is? I mean, you and other dude, you guys smoke at his house all the time. You gotta know where he keeps his weed. And I'm like, "Yeah, he keeps a jar under his couch." And she's like, okay. Well, let's go find that jar. You know, this is where the story gets great, chat. This is where it gets great. We get to the house. And I'm not sure who does this, but honestly, chat, lock your fucking doors. The door was just unlocked. No one was in the house. Nobody. I think the dog was in the house, but the dog recognized us, so we were chilling. So we go into the fucking house. We go up into the dude's room, and we start digging under the couch for the weed, for a jar of weed. Oh, this is where it gets good, chat. So she, like, reaches under the couch. She doesn't grab a jar of weed, dude. No. She grabs what I love to call Rodney. Do you want to know what Rodney is, chat? Rodney is a fleshlight. She fucking reaches under the couch, grabs a hold of something fucking. Of a really flimsy, rubbery object. She lets go fucking frightened. I look at her. She looks like she's just fucking touched a ghost. She's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck did I just touch?" I started fucking busting out laughing, dude. Because I knew what was under that couch. Because the day before, we found Rodney in his pantry. And he got fucking embarrassed. So we grabbed Rodney and moved him under the couch with the weed. So here's the funny bit. We just laughed after this, because what the fuck more can you do? Like, we are not that fucked up. I wasn't that fucked up. I wasn't about to just grab a handful of Rodney to say like, no, we don't need to be doing this shit. What ends up happening is we find, like, this is really fucked up, chat. This is really fucked up. We sat down on his couch, and we smoked the weed he packed in his bong. And then we left. And then when he got home, we didn't say shit. He invited us both over. And the best part about it is, we asked, "Hey man, like, you got any weed? We need some weed." He reaches under his couch, yet he grabs the jar of weed. So the jar of weed was under the couch. It was there. It just... That's not what we grabbed. Oh, chat, moral of the story. Stay the fuck away from drugs. Don't do drugs. Okay? Just don't. It's easier like that.